Stretching across the northern regions of Canada lies the vast, icy expanse of the Arctic, a place that the Inuit call home. A place that holds a tradition practiced for generations: seal hunting. More than just an economic activity for subsistence, it's a cultural practice deeply tied to Inuit identity. But in the eyes of the Western world, this tradition sparks a debate that rages like the Arctic storm. Questions of sustainability and the ethics of animal welfare are being raised about this way of life. This controversy must be viewed from two perspectives, two eyes, if you will, the two-eyed seeing. Now, using this concept, how can indigenous communities like the Inuit overcome the challenges of preserving their traditional seal hunting practices, even amidst the controversies driven by Western perspectives of sustainability and animal cruelty? Seal hunting is a significant part of Inuit tradition that has been practiced for thousands of years. The Inuits hunt for a variety of seal species, each being used for different purposes. Seal is the main staple of traditional diets in almost every Inuit community. It's an excellent healthy food source containing protein, iron, and vitamin A, B, and C. It's also a major source of selenium, which boosts the immune system and aids with metabolism and thyroid function. Now, a typical seal hunt would consist of Inuit sealers traveling to the sea ice using snowmobiles, dog sleds, or small boats. Here are some thoughts from Kili Yuyan, an award-winning Indigenous photographer who seeks to understand the world from various perspectives.
Well, seal hunting, one of the things I think it's important to understand is that in terms of the Arctic, seals are is perhaps the most abundant resource for calories in the Arctic.
However, starting from 1983, everything changed. The EU imposed a series of bans on the sale and importation of seal products. Although indigenous communities like the Inuit were exempted from the ban, they were still impacted due to the low market demand and complex exemption process. But this isn't the only challenge that Inuit hunters face. Climate change is causing Arctic sea ice to melt at an alarming rate, which affects the environment where seals live. When the ice disappears, the seal's habitat shrinks, making it harder for them to survive. Moreover, the hunting season for seals has been getting shorter by about 1 day each year for the past 17 years, making it harder for hunters to provide essential resources to their communities. Many people in the Western world view seal hunting as inhumane and argue that the methods used to kill seals can cause unnecessary suffering. The sight of red blood... Oh, I can't show that. Not that either. There we go. The sight of red blood on white ice can evoke strong emotions and is used to campaign against the commercial seal hunt. The World Trade Organization has accepted animal welfare as a valid reason for trade restrictions. In the case of the European Union, they banned seal product imports due to concerns about inhumane killing procedures. Aside from the morality of the hunt, Western perspective also considers the long-term impact on seal populations and the environment. If too many seals are hunted, the numbers could decline, which affects the balance of the ecosystem. Animal rights groups have used media campaigns to shape negative public perception about seal hunting. They often share images of fluffy white seal pups with large, pleading eyes, and then show graphic images of red blood on white ice, which can evoke strong emotions. In order to amplify their message further, some campaigns may feature celebrities as advocates for seal hunting. Animal rights activists continue to hold protests, calling for a complete ban on seal hunting, often portraying seal hunting as cruel and barbaric.
Well, I think the biggest misconception around seals probably is that activism around seal hunting focuses on conservation. So what you're really looking at is moral outrage. People don't like the idea of seals being killed, and especially because they're cute. They're cute mammals, and I think this is one of the other misconceptions. Really, is that the idea that people are saving seals and they're stopping suffering, but it's extremely selective when you think about it.
Right.
No one is out there trying to conserve the various species of Arctic fish that are threatened, nor are they trying to do with. I mean, there's so many other issues with variety of animals, and what you're not seeing like the pushback against the hunting of caribou, for example. Inuit hunting seals is not the original reason why Canadians got upset over seals and over the hunting of seals. It was originally supposed to be against the commercial hunt, which was for money, right? And for our Inuit, it is sometimes about money, but mostly it's about food. And I think that's one gigantic major difference that I don't think that people understand, is that it's food and it's clothing.
So what can Inuit hunters do to overcome the various challenges they face with seal hunting? The most important solution is educating Western audiences about the cultural significance of seal hunting. One method to do this is by sharing personal stories describing Inuit hunters. Visual storytelling by creating documentaries or short films such as The Angry Inuk can be powerful and highlight the cultural context, traditions, and economic importance of seal hunting. Another method is to conduct educational workshops and talks. By arranging visits to schools, Inuit elders or community members can talk about their seal hunting traditions. By inviting experts on Inuit culture to universities, conferences, and public events, they can provide in-depth knowledge and answer questions in engaged interactive sessions. Another method is to implement effective social media campaigns. By creating and promoting hashtags related to seal hunting or Inuit culture, we can encourage people to share their thoughts and, most importantly, learn from each other. In fact, back in 2014, the Canadian Inuit embarked on a unique form of protest by spreading the hashtag Sealfie, a play on the words seal and selfie. This was done to protest the 2014 Oscar host Ellen DeGeneres, who highlighted an anti-sealing charity on Oscar night. Now, let's focus on ensuring that seal hunting remains sustainable. One such technique is monitoring seal populations, which involves tracking their abundance and demographic characteristics, such as age and sex. Scientific data collected through aerial surveys and tagging programs provide insights into population trends. Adjusting hunting quotas based on this data helps maintain a sustainable harvest rate that does not threaten the overall population size. But what even are hunting quotas? Quotas are limits set on the number of seals that can be legally hunted within a year. They're determined using factors such as population size, reproductive rates, and environmental conditions. Monitoring the age and sex structure of hunted seals is crucial. Focusing on specific age classes helps maintain a balanced population. Scientific monitoring also considers the effects of climate change on seal habitats. As we talked about before, melting ice affects seal breeding grounds and access to prey. Adjusting hunting practices in response to habitat shifts can protect vulnerable seal populations. Let's also look at how Inuit younger generations are able to overcome their specific challenges. They face a balancing act between their traditional cultural practices and the influence of Western values. As they engage with Western education, media, and lifestyles, their perspectives are shifting away from traditional Inuit practices. Some challenges that they face include dealing with the stigma of seal hunting from Western societies that often view seal hunting as cruel or unnecessary. To overcome these challenges, Inuit communities blend traditional knowledge with Western education. Some young Inuit engage in advocacy to challenge negative stereotypes and use social media to share their perspectives on seal hunting.
I think it depends on who you are. There are some young people that love it and go out with their parents and do it all the time, and it's just an amazing thing. And it continues to be a thing that young people aspire to do, but not everybody does, right? And I think this is one of the changes that you're seeing happening, because seal hunting is really hard. It's hard work. It's difficult. And it can be uncomfortable. And so it's a lot of times just easier to stay at home and play video games and do that kind of thing. But you see more and more young people that are not just doing that, but they've decided, oh, well, this is who I am, and I'm going to be a seal hunter.
Finally, we are going to delve into the successful collaborations between Indigenous communities and conservation organizations in order to ensure sustainable seal hunting practices. One such collaboration is between the Canada West Foundation and its Indigenous partners to highlight success stories of partnerships between Indigenous communities and natural resource companies. The WWF actively supports the involvement of Indigenous communities in the management and conservation of their land, water, and wildlife.
Really, all of the beautiful places on Earth that haven't been turned into national parks, like any beautiful place on Earth, pretty much that people like, it either is a place that Indigenous peoples live, meaning that they took care of it, or it's a place that was stolen from Indigenous peoples and then made into a park of some kind, right? And so when you talk about Indigenous, we talk about conservation, and Native communities are the best at it, right? They're statistically, it's very hard to argue that Indigenous peoples aren't like the number one stewards of the land.
Studies show that Indigenous managed lands have higher biodiversity due to the thousands of years of stewardship experience. Did you know that there's even a mobile app called Siku that plays a significant role in preserving traditional knowledge and promoting sustainable practices? Developed by the Indigenous Arctic Eider Society, it provides tools and services for ice safety, language preservation, and weather information, which helps Inuit with seal hunting practices. To bring it all together, the controversy surrounding the Inuit seal hunting practices must be viewed through the concept of the two-eyed seeing. The traditional practice of Inuit seal hunting is deeply rooted in cultural heritage and sustenance. It has faced significant challenges, including bans on commercial sale of seal products and the impact of climate change on seal populations. Western perspectives often focus on the concerns related to animal cruelty and sustainability, leading to controversy and negative stereotypes. To overcome these challenges, we should focus our efforts on educating Western audiences about the cultural significance of seal hunting, continue advocating for subsistence rights, monitor seal hunting based on scientific data, and promote successful collaborations between Indigenous communities and conservation organizations. We are all on a mission to recognize the deep connection between Inuit and seal hunting, promoting balanced perspectives without stereotypes, and thereby achieving preservation of cultural practices.
Good luck with everything. All right, 那叶兰，谢谢，再见，拜。